Ethan, happy birthday, Ethan. Love your dad, Jim, and best friends Josh, Flam, and Gator. Good luck on the upcoming corn harvest and enjoy.
Okay, I don't dislike Ralph, but I'm at a place, and I'm not being ironic, where I think it may be time to sacrifice Ralph to the corn. We have to sacrifice Ralph, Ethan Ralph, to the gods, so that the corn will be a bountiful harvest this year.
Josh, he's the owner of Kiwi Farms. He said, I need to be sacrificed so that we may have a good harvest. You will be harvested long before me, sir.
Speaking of traditionalism, here is Pantsu Party, LOLcow that Ralph is I guess. Apparently this is all it takes for people to become trad, is you just put that door. She's in Buffalo. That looks like a colonial style home in Buffalo or somewhere. I mean, she's from upstate New York. She's probably near there or near in an old style home, but I recognize those doors. If you can't tell, by the way, you've seen her in her bikini and you know what she looks like, and she's arching her back like she's trying to like when you get on the ground and you try to push yourself up with your hands and your legs and make like an arch. She's basically contorting her body in that way to make it look like she has a butt. You've seen her in her bikini. Do not fall for these tricks, boys. We need to smarten up. The Snapchat filters make 30-year-old women look like small bean oohs. The makeup can make an ugly chick look really pretty, and the angles, we know about the fat chick angles that can make you drop 50 pounds, and you can arch your fucking back to make it look like you have an ass when you have the figure of a 17-year-old boy. Okay, do you understand me? We need to learn. We need to adapt to the conditions that we find ourselves in as men of this generation. And a skirt does not mean that you are now a trad calf. This woman is a fucking. She has been gunted. Do not simp. Do not simp. Purge your mind, everyone. If you think this, if you look at this and you think, oh gosh, what a trad GF. Take a moment and breathe. Collect yourself and materialize boundaries in your brain to not fall for these tricks. These literal tricks in this case. Okay. So I tweeted about this, but it's funny. And like I said, it's a slow week, so I'll talk about it because it's funny. Ralph started up a Telegram channel, and there's more that happened to Ralph. Maybe I should talk about that first. There's not really much to say about it. He had if you don't know, Ralph is currently entangled in the criminal justice system of Virginia, and he is out on bail. He is charged with unlawful dissemination of a sensitive image, particularly, I believe, of his girlfriend, and he essentially is being charged with revenge. And on the 3rd, he had a hearing at the local court regarding the issue, and I believe that the only determination made at that was that it should be held at juvenile and domestic abuse court. So that, I think that's the only outcome of that hearing. It's hard to say because I don't think we had anyone at the court. But for some reason, Ralph tweeted out about that being a win in his on his Twitter account. He's like, "Thank God my enemies are so stupid." And it's not like the case got thrown out, as far as I can tell. And as far as I can tell, it wouldn't be up to Faith or Matthew Vickers to decide what court is heard at anyways. Like, that's the state. So maybe the prosecuting attorney assigned it to one courthouse, and now they moved it to another. So I mean, he's not in jail right now. I guess that's something to be happy about, but it's a very, very strange victory lap to run. But it continues. I think this is after his epic win in the court system, he decided to take a peek at my Fediverse account. Of course, my Fediverse account is Josh at kiwifarms.cc, which you should all sign up for right now. And you can get, let me pull this up actually, because I didn't pull up the actual post itself, just him quoting it. Now, actually, I said that Josh at kiwifarms.cc was my Fediverse account. I'm actually lying. That's some random account that I've never seen before. has nothing to do with me. And I say that because this is the post being quoted here. And trust me, I would love to read this for you. But as I say, we live in an imperfect world where certain things you have to cope and seethe and dilate about the political realities of our world. So make it nice and big for everyone. This is the message that this Josh at kiwifarms.cc account made. And I thought it was funny, just impartially looking at this as a neutral third spectator. I thought this copy pasta was very funny, and I appreciated it for what it was. Now, Ralph, being, of course, more of a liberal, more politically sensitive, he did not. He thought it was very problematic and kind of needed to be canceled. So he made an expose tweet on his Telegram saying, "I can't imagine why Josh Moon gets demonetized everywhere." Ralph put this out on his Telegram, and he said, like, this is really an issue here. We've got a problem. I want you guys to guess how his community at large reacted to him saying that this post right here, this one is an issue. Was it well received? Was it poorly received? Can't abort the mad at the internet. Yeah, right. It's been aborted many times, I'm afraid. Okay, that's right. Easy Fun. I turned the audience as the heel turn, as they would say, in the wrestling aficionado community, which of course I'm a big part of. I love wrestling. My favorite wrestler is the Stardust. Zay Zim are my favorite wrestler. They were a champion in a minor league amateur wrestling community, but after watching the Stardust, I got really big into wrestling. So I said it's based, basically. I'm not paraphrasing here, but he had a bit of an issue because Ralph forgot that he like bootstrapped his own audience by being an internet racist, and I don't know how you forget that. I guess he has to kind of, I don't know how I guess he just assumed that everyone would hate everything that I say, no matter what it is, right? So he had to backtrack because people were like, "There's nothing wrong with this," and he said, "Anyone defending Moon's post like he himself is doing now is a goddamn moron. Someone just commented Fed talk, and that pretty much sums it up. It's not even the N-word issue. It's a literal caricature of hate speech bullshit the media pushes. A hate speech minstrel show," which, you know what? I usually don't know what I'm going to call my episodes before I'm done, but it might be a hate speech minstrel show. I guess I shouldn't put hate speech directly in the title because it does go to iTunes and shit. I'll call it something like, what's the opposite of freeze? Like, you got free speech and then freeze peach. What would be did someone think of a good food term for hate speech like that? Grape speech, maybe. Anyways. Undoubtedly, the rantings of an unhinged man who has nothing of value in real life. And then he also re-telegrammed, he forwarded from Fed Post in real life. "I find the smooth brain take even more offensive than the racism. It's obvious that Josh is talking about mainstream media and politics, which anyone with a brain, even non-racist, can recognize is controlled by a small group of elites and is not culture." I mean, I don't know. I haven't lived in the U.S. since like 2018, 2017. But I'm pretty sure the NFL has been and the Super Bowl were the largest events throughout my entire childhood. I remember my mom was a big Washington Redskins fan, and that was a huge deal every time that the Redskins were playing. And it's not like anyone playing for the Washington Redskins is white. I don't see how. I mean, rap. Last time I was driving through the U.S., almost all the songs were rap except for Michael Bublé, who I don't know if he's French. He has a Frenchy name. I mean, I recognize that there's probably a lot of people who aren't completely inundated by it. But the copy pasta, for in case you don't know, it's just a copy pasta that I found funny. It is right. It really is like a nonstop worship of black people in the U.S. I'm sure it's not everyone, or even all the time, but it is pretty, especially right now. You can't tell me that things aren't worse right now. Anyways, that's all I have to say about that. I found it funny that he very seriously misjudged his own audience, trying to dunk on me for something stupid, like a Telegram or Fediverse post. This was also funny. If you don't know, SpaceX launched a very expensive rocket of a massive science and astronomical engineering project, billions of dollars of precise machinery launched into the air, and then it turned and plunged deep into the earth and exploded in a fiery inferno. Would you guys like to guess? Would you guys like to guess what all that Freudian imagery reminded Ralph of? Would you like? That's right. Wholesome. Would you like to guess what the rocket reminded Ralph of?
Flip looks like they lost a piece there. Let's see what this
the landing at the end looks like they're just trying to. Oh, and then it just doesn't. Oh, that looked like Josh Moon's. Oh no! Just completely.
Oh no!
I thought the problem was that it didn't explode on landing.
Oh no! It just falls. Oh, shout out to the fan club. We love them. Let's see. Still Presidente. Did I read that? Oh yeah.
Wait, I didn't watch this half.
Wait, is this an old clip of him? I guess
I watched that second clip because someone said there's something funny. Can you imagine watching history? He was watching history and thinking about my again. That's very weird. I've been by a lot of weird things, like people saying weird things about me on the internet. That's pretty weird. That'd be like, I mean, I don't know. He does it everywhere he goes. He goes to Washington D.C. He goes to riots, and he gets a megaphone and he talks about my to like a crowd of random people who have no idea who he is and have no idea who I am, and he's just ranting about me and not even me. He's not saying like don't go to Kiwi Farms, it's a bad website. He's like talking about my why. That's a little bit weird, to be honest with you, chat. A little bit weird. Actually, I want to see what the second half of this clip is. Why did they clip so much of it?
Last night, he was calling out LeBron. There was an incident with LeBron on Monday. Monday night in Atlanta. Did you see this, Gator?
No, I haven't seen this yet.
Uh-oh. Now, I know it's Sportsball, but that's not why I brought it up. There was an altercation on the court with LeBron and this woman who says this.
So I'm minding my own business, and Chris has been a Hawks fan forever. He's been watching the games for 10 years, whatever. He has this issue with LeBron. I don't have an issue with LeBron. I don't give a fuck about LeBron. Anyway, I'm minding my own business, drinking my wine, having fun. All of a sudden, LeBron says something to my husband, and I see this, and I stand up and go, don't talk to my husband. And he looks at
Why did they clip this much of it? Who am I banning for clipping? It ended at 45 seconds. And then I had to listen to this bitch talk for another 45 seconds. And I feel like I've wasted my life, and whoever clipped this deliberately wasted my time. Okay, whatever. Let's talk about shirts. I tweeted this out. I tweeted this beautiful man out. And it's I tagged it with this message: God, give me the strength I need to endure my enemies. And you would expect that would be taken as a joke, because the person in the picture is clearly a joke. But the person in the picture took that as serious. And I can never tell, because Riley is someone who desperately wants attention. He desperately wants attention, which is why I just tweeted the image out and not like a retweet of his message. Because I don't want to give him attention. And it's really hard because he keeps making himself look ridiculous, and it's funny. But at the same time, I know that he's just like zonked out of his head 24/7, and he's willing to debase himself to get attention. So it is like the duality of man. Like, is it worth making fun of this if it gives him what he wants, which is attention? And I have to kind of tread the line carefully and just do enough where I come out with more humor than he does from attention. And I guess he realized that I didn't link him on purpose, because he went through and he started replying to a bunch of people who were in the messages for this. And in particular, this message right here by Hot Dog Sandwich. Riley is one of the best up-and-coming LOLcows in the game. I expect great things from him in the future. 1 retweet, 6 likes. You want to guess who retweeted that? Oh, I can't show it on without being signed in. Riley did. Riley saw this and thought, yeah, boy, I'm one of the best up-and-coming LOLcows. That's the kind of message that I want. So he retweeted that, which is sad. But you can't really call him sad, because that's still like attention. He'll appreciate that. You know what I mean? So it's like whatever. Though I do think it's funny, because this got out, and I was told that Ralph bragged that he sold 3 shirts. So he earned $6 from Redbubble from selling these shirts. I don't know who number 3 is, but I know who number 2 is, because he's someone from the forum. So Civilian of the Fandom Wars published this amazing photo where he's flexing, and he reached a conundrum where he's like, how do I hide my face? How do I take a picture and then show my arms off at the same time? So he's accomplished this by using, I guess, like his lips to press the button. Maybe he like used a video and he just bobbed his head back while the video was recording and then took a still from it. I don't know, but it's very impressive. He definitely wears it better than Riley does. And I thought this was very funny, so I wanted to give him a shout out. So this is what the what, I don't know. I can't think of a funny. The Virgin Riley. He's not a virgin though. He's like groomed a mentally retarded woman to be his toy. So I can't call him a virgin. He does look a lot like Zoom in this though, which is uncanny. Maybe it's because he's just covering his eyes with the sunglasses, but he's got like the same kind of facial hair and shit going on. I don't know. So this is rough side. This is the Chad Broke Dick Farm. There's something else I was going to say about this. There is a chance, and it bothers me. I really don't like talking about Riley because I know he loves attention, but he's living with Digibro and mint salad, and I might as well. Am I blocked? So this is Digibro now. He's like in his woman getup, and they're living together. If you don't know, mint salad's kind of like a fat autistic woman who draws furry art, and there was a scandal with Dick at the time because Mint, I think, was like 17, or maybe not even, maybe she was older, but he basically told her, like, leave your family and go draw furry, because her family wasn't going to give her money or anything if she kept drawing furry. So he said, leave your family, do whatever the fuck you want, go have fun. And she did leave her family to continue drawing furry art. And then she ended up in a relationship with Riley, who, I mean, I don't know how old he is. He looks significantly older than her, but I could be wrong because he's like a fat drug addict, so he just looks older. So then now they live in like a camper van, and they travel around the country doing drugs and drawing furry, I guess. And they've hitched their wagon to Digibro. And one of Riley's hallmarks in his tweets is that he really hates women, which is strange because you know when he talks about women that the only woman that he's talking about is Mint, because that's who he's living with, and he doesn't like have contact with other people. So he's saying that female women, this is like paraphrasing a tweet that he made, female women are the worst. So I'm really hoping this would be the funniest possible outcome. Riley, I know you listen to this because I'm mentioning you. I have a suggestion for the plot of season 2. I want you to dump your mentally handicapped, frumpy girlfriend who doesn't have anything left anymore. I want you to dump her on the side of the road, literally throw her ass out on the side of the road in some godforsaken stretch of highway in Utah. And then I want you to go full-time husband of Digibro. Diginay. I want that to be the shocking conclusion of this story arc in your life. If you do that, I'll talk about it. I promise. I'll retweet you. That's my request. Thank you for your consideration, my friend. Ralph had basically hired an escort. Ralph hired and he said, I got you for the weekend. You know, I paid for the weekend package to save some money. I might as well pimp you out to my... And I know that because I know escorts tend to sell entire weekends. And Ralph usually streams on like the weekdays, not on weekends. So he had a special weekend streaming thing where he had a real in his studio with him. And he interviewed her about her career in the adult entertainment industry, as they like to call it. And it didn't go, I think, as he expected. So I'm going to play a couple minutes of this, especially I would not like to hear Ralph talk, just because it's actually pretty funny. Well, not funny, but interesting to hear what she has to say.
The answer that makes you feel good inside?
No, I want the real.
Or do you want the answer that's like the harsh reality of the world?
I want the real answer. Yeah.
The real answer is I've been assaulted and or harassed the last 5 jobs and schooling that I have had, to the point where I just feel like I was born to be a whore by default, and I don't know what else to do with my life.
You know, I think a lot of the internet would would agree for a lot of different women.
Well, that's a pretty heavy statement. Now, why would you you just feel like that's your role and that this is what you're meant to do?
And the unfortunate truth is that I have been mistreated my entire life as a woman, and I don't know how to survive working a minimum wage job, getting assaulted. It's more unstable for me to work a regular job than it is for me to just get a hold of my... But even though people think I'm empowered, I still feel devastated.
Really? You know what? I did not expect it to take this turn, but this is a real conversation.
That's why I asked you. Do you want the sugar on top, or do you want how I really feel as a woman?
I actually want the real deal.
I am actually really thankful for COVID and the 6-foot rule, because now I have a reason to kick someone in the balls when they get too close to me.
Let me pause it there because I want to explain. I've listened to the entire thing. I'm only going to play a couple minutes of it, but she continually says like, I've worked like a couple jobs and I got harassed in all of them. So my logic is I might as well become a whore, because if I'm going to get at my workplace, I might as well just have and make more money that way. That's her literal logic. At no point does she say like, I became because I make bad pussy decisions. At no point does she say like, I became a and now I regret it. It's always like, men made me do this. Men me, and men like harassed me at work, and other people told me I should do this.
I guess, and I guess we can go deeper into that, but like, what? I'm not trying to like relive your trauma. I guess that's kind of what I'm thinking about.
I'm not. It doesn't matter, because most women feel this way.
You think so?
100%.
Now, why do you say that?
You can ask any woman, but most of them won't tell you. I just don't care anymore.
All right. Now, I guess, when did you, and again, I'm not trying to, delve into it just for pure reasons. But
actually, I want to pause it there because I don't know what exactly she's claiming. If she's claiming that most women would agree that they were made to be a whore, I would say that most women would disagree with that assessment. I really, just the way, it's kind of like a weird statement. I have no idea what she's saying.
This is a conversation. When did you really feel like that? Like
2 years old.
Really?
I was.
This is the worst, but also like the most outrageous moment of the entire stream. When did you feel like that? 2 years old. Does anyone want to guess what she's going to say after that?
When did you really feel like that? Like
2 years old.
Really?
I was. My first childhood memory is.
That's. Yeah. I we've had guests on the show before, and people who say, well, all workers, all stars have been, and
they have.
like now, in your experience, it is a large percentage that have been.
I would say so. We have an extremely messed up human culture, and that's just the way it is.
Now, how would you like the human culture? Like, by the way, you're speaking very matter-of-factly, and I don't disagree, really.
Yeah, exactly.
With how you're putting it. But I like how you said, hey, do you want the real shit, or do you want me to be, yeah, no,
I don't. Yeah. Most people are going to be like, well, you're sabotaging your career. Or
someone in chat is saying that this is like a bit that Ralph set up. Ralph would not be smart enough to do this. I think this is the opposite message that he wanted to broadcast. He wanted to tell his audience that actually all stars are just giant slut whores that love cock and money. So it's completely morally, I don't know what the word would be. You don't have to feel bad for it though. If you're like jerking off, don't ever think of that as like someone's daughter. Don't ever think of that as like a child victim. It's just really based and red pilled to jerk off to damaged goods. But she's not reading a script. She's looking off into the distance because she's heavily medicated, I'm pretty sure.
This isn't the PR you want. Men want you to be a whore slut, and that's the truth. And so for the sake of the content, I will be a whore slut. But if you really want to know what I'm going to answer that's not on a adult site, that this is the answer you're gonna get.
Yeah, I want the real shit, I have to say. And so I guess and again, this is kind of a standard question that I asked, and and I've said this before too. Me hosting this show, not an accident. I wanted to have this type of platform be known since I was.
Ralph sounds really f***ed up, by the way. He's just like rambling to himself.
I feel like I should.
What he's saying is that he's an attention whore.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that was appropriate. Yeah, exactly. I feel like that was appropriate though. I have that type of talent. I should be recognized. And you're telling me that it wasn't like that for you with the star thing. It was more of.
I didn't have any interest in pursuing adult work until after I got a degree in public health.
And it was because of what we said earlier. Like
it's because I was basically told that I'd be better off making than I would be to pursue something in public health.
So her story is that she made the decision to go into when she was in school in California, studying public health, and her professors told her that she would do better as a star than she would as someone working in medicine. And I don't know if she says it immediately after this. I don't have that clip, but she says something really profoundly like, I didn't think that was true, but now, I mean, we see what happens with and it's proven to be true. And it's just like the exact opposite message of like the opposite of what you should have gleaned from something. I could have gone into medicine and been a med student and made money in working in medicine, but then COVID happened, and now we've really learned that medicine's worth nothing, and nobody has any desire for medical professionals anymore. It's such a passé field. Like, what the is wrong with you? She's like eating during the stream. I'm like, is she eating something, or is she just like popping more to her eyes as time goes on? She is near Ralph, so it's understood. I feel bad. If that motivated you, if you feel like if you want her services, if her story has turned you on because you're a sadist, 1 hour in call GFE $500. 90 minutes is $750. 2 hours is $1,000. And then out call $600. 12 hours overnight $2,500. So I don't know. I assume her price for like a weekend would be like $4,000. And he's like, come over on the weekend. And he's like, I got to make some of that money back. I guess I'll put you on my show. Are you okay with that? She's like, sure. You're paying for my time anyways. Like, who gives a And that's how that particularly illuminating episode of the Kill Stream came to be. So I hope it was worth the money, Ralph. And stop bitching that I didn't put the video up on the stream. It's all audio. Who gives a So Digibro is in a relationship with this guy called Scar. Or no, sorry, it's Bird. And a guy named Scar alleges that at some point Digibro's boyfriend groped him. And I'm going to play this entire conversation because it's really cringe.
Server
B.
You left
B.
the Discord server?
Wait, you go by B or Digi B?
B. Just B.
B. Just B. All right.
No Digi.
So
anymore.
just let me. I want to keep up.
Just B.
He's changed his name again. Now he goes by like Beatrice the Golden Witch. He's just like an utter shamble of a person. It's truly pathetic.
You left the Discord server?
Yeah,
Great idea.
I'm trying here. I'm trying,
No,
honey.
not you. These two. Yeah. Stay away from it. Okay, what else? Right? Well, why? What was your reason for leaving?
Scar has been making up a story saying I'm him at Road Rage Tampa because
Well, there was a lot of claims of things such as and
yeah,
there were
everyone in
claims
the
of
Discord.
molesting unverified at this time.
They are reacting. They're saying that you did. But
Yeah, no.
You didn't?
No.
Why do they think you did?
Because for the 2 weeks after Tampa, Scar was flirting with me in the Discord, and I shut it down immediately because he's a weirdo.
Didn't we talk to somebody about this on the show? Was it did Cantillion?
No, Cantillions hit on a cross-dresser. I think he wants. I think he prefers to be called.
Okay.
A guy wearing a woman's like costume.
Pull up dictionary.com and it will tell us what we're allowed to say and what we're not. Can you please do that? God damn it.
So you shut him down.
We really
he was flirting
need
with you?
Wikipedia.
Yeah, he just kept flirting with me for 2 weeks, and then after that, he started saying I'm.
Oh, Scar, are you gay? In there? I mean, Bird's very attractive.
But I'm super straight.
He's in chat.
Would you want to talk to Scar?
I don't want to talk to him, but he can say whatever he wants to say.
I
He's
wanna
never
give him a
actually
decent
explained
turn.
it before. He
Okay.
just throws the accusation.
All right, Scar. Well, you have your piece. You were accused of something. I'll let you have your piece. That's only fair.
Hey, can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
Okay, so what happened?
You must misinterpreted my my high IQ trolling as me liking you, because what I was doing was I always said
it's
from the
always
start that
high
you
IQ
molested me in the
trolling
strip
when it
club,
goes
but you
wrong.
didn't pay attention to that.
No,
but what you did.
So just to clarify, everyone talking is unlikable at this point. This entire conversation is just horrific. The only reason why I'm paying attention to it is because I know that Digibro is on a path to something fantastic. He's gonna either light himself on fire, or he's gonna get arrested from somebody. It's gonna happen, and I'm just kind of keeping tabs on it.
Pay attention to was me saying that obviously since you touched me, you're my boyfriend, which I think is pretty cool.
I didn't get what actually happened.
Wait, are these prison rules?
What happened?
Are you prison
You
married?
molested me at a strip club, so obviously you're my
What do you
boyfriend.
mean? What do you mean?
He walked right up to me, wrapped an arm around me, and then put his hand over my dick, and just I walked
how
the
far
fuck
over
away.
your?
How far over my
Yeah.
dick?
Yeah.
No, he was touching my dick.
Oh, he's
And-
touching it.
I make
Yeah.
a point to not touch even.
Oh,
I've not
then why
seen
did you
her.
do it?
I didn't.
You haven't seen?
Could it
Oh,
be
okay,
mistaken
sure.
identity?
Yeah, could it have been me?
No, I remember that it was him with his big old bulgy eyes, his long hair, and that ugly fur
Damn,
coat.
man.
He's an
fucking-
extremely attractive man, Scar.
I'll give him
Bulgy
that. He's pretty attractive,
eyes.
but I don't want to be by some dude who's dating a.
Okay. All
Oh,
right.
boy.
Get out of here. That'll be enough of that.
All right, love
All
you
right.
guys.
Goodbye, Scar. I like
Scar.
God.
So
You
Thank you
Digi
for not
Conrad
killing
Collins.
Oh!
No, why?
Can't control yourself.
So
Can't
Doxing
control.
That's sort of why they left.
Can't control yourself. Yeah. No. Well, you lose when you do that.
I cannot believe.
And lose when he do that. And he kicks him off the second he brings up Digibro being like a. And I have to admit, I hate this voice, this tone of voice.
That ugly fur
Damn,
coat.
man.
He's an
fucking-
extremely attractive man. Scar.
I'll give him
Bullshit
he's pretty attractive,
eyes.
but I don't want to be by some dude who's dating a.
Listen to this tone of voice.
Okay. All
Oh,
right.
boy.
Get out of here. That'll be enough of that.
All right, love you
All right.
guys.
Goodbye, Scar. I like
Scar
Good God.
yourself.
You
Thank you
Digi
for not
Conrad
killing
Collins.
And here.
No, why?
Can't control yourself.
So that
Can't
Doxing
control.
people?
that's sort of why they left.
Can't control yourself. Yeah. No. Well, you lose when you do that.
I cannot.
I really, there's something about it that just like pisses me off.
So just let me. I just got one.
Okay, someone keeps saying, what was that farting noise? I will find it. It's something in this.
You left.
I think early on.
Wait, you go by B or Digi B?
B. Just B.
B. Just B.
B.
All right.
All right, let me mute it until I find it. 1 second.
Oh,
I'm trying.
Okay, here.
not you.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
So off. Stop flooding my chat with your gross ass brat memes. It's whoever recorded this, or someone in the Discord at this in the recording decided to do that. Imagine the smell of you.